and you start making this conversion, I would recommend that, let's just rotate a little bit. When you start making this conversion, I would recommend that the right hand, okay, starts reaching around the knee, because there is a pretty high likelihood that your training partner attempts to flee in this direction. So you want to have, go ahead, you want to have, no, stay on your knees and just run out. You want to have good connection to that leg. Okay, if not, he can slip out. And then from here, now we're in a backside, okay, position. If he's in a backside position, now from here, a bunch of different ways that we can start switching our legs. Let's rotate a little bit. A bunch of different ways that we could start switching our legs. We can lock up figure fours. You can lock up crisscross positions. You can switch to double 50. Okay, obviously exposing the heel here. Okay, we're just looking at the entry for right now. We take our partner with this scissor sweep-like motion, and we start taking weight off of that leg. I need to take weight off of this knee. Okay, so we can often bump our training partner here. Now, right from here, we go from cross shoulder to cross lat. Again, we're inverting underneath our partner. So when my head starts coming underneath him, there's a danger that he starts coming down towards us. So we want to make sure that we have that frame in place. Once I get this far in, we post, my head comes in, and then we go into this hamstring grip. As I roll through, we end up here, we switch our feet. Left foot goes in, right foot comes out. Okay, so the original half guard leg came out. My foot goes in, not the entire leg. So notice that my knee points more so at my training partner. Okay, I don't want my entire knee coming in here. Okay, this isn't going to be good. So we want just the ankle coming in, and we want this angle. As we saw, we reach elbow deep. In the event that he tries to sprint in that direction, we could stay connected to him. However, if from here he decides to not run away, and we have the opportunity to get our knee in behind our partner's knee, now our hand no longer needs to hold his leg. So our arm no longer needs to hold above the knee. So our arm holds above the knee if he attempts to sprint out. But if I can get my knee behind his knee, now from here, that holds his leg in place. That gives my arm freedom to start controlling the second leg. And from here, we can start pulling that leg in and sitting my partner down into double trouble, okay, like cross-ashi type situation. In the event that from here, your training partner does not allow you to start sitting him this way, now from here, we're going to have to fall back, okay, on the leg in this direction, and we take an Achilles grip on our partner's leg. And from here, we pull our training partner's leg straight. We go with our chest down towards the floor, and we roll through in this position here. If your training partner stays here, he's going to expose his heel. So a lot of times they're going to roll, okay, and we'll be able to follow through and come up on top. Okay, so let's look at that sequence one more time. We come out, we get that scissor sweep type action that extends my partner's leg. We reach for either this leg or the opposite leg if we can reach it. So if you feel that you can reach this leg, great. Use that to invert yourself through. The most important one is that cross lat grip. Okay, so you can go with the hamstring and cross lat. Put your knee back down. Or from here, if you bump your training partner, you can go with the calf and the cross lat. We're going to come out in this position here. When I want to make that transition of my legs, okay, it's not going to be easy unless you have a lot of flexibility if your leg is very deep in here. Okay, it's going to be hard for me to move. There's not a whole lot of space. So I want to push my training partner back, okay, here. So as I'm holding onto that calf, I transition to that hamstring, and now because there's more room, I can lift and fit that foot in and remove the opposite leg out. Now again, I recommend punching that elbow deep. So in case he tries to run away, you're going to stay connected to that leg. And from here, your backside, you have the opportunity to lock up, okay, figure fours, or start threading, okay, your feet through, okay, in a variety of different ways. Go back. In the event that from here, I bump my partner, we go cross lat, we start that inversion, we go to the hamstring. From here, let's turn a little bit. Okay, I want to make that switch. So again, from here, it's going to be tough for me to make that switch. So I have to push my training partner's leg up, okay, so that I'm here. We fit that foot through and remove the opposite leg. From here, we get our knee in behind our partner's knee, and now we have control of our partner's leg with this knee, okay? When he tries to pull that knee free, my knee blocks it. And that'll give us freedom to start controlling the opposite leg with our two hands and sitting him back down. In the event that I'm unable to pull my training partner in this direction, he's giving me a hard time. I'm trying to pull him in this direction, but he's leaning too hard that way. Now we switch to the Achilles. We point our knees to the floor, put our chest to the floor, and from here, we're going to have the opportunity to start rolling through, okay, and getting into our partner's legs. Okay, potentially in that transition of rolling, we're going to be able to catch our training partner's heel, okay, and start transitioning into different leg entanglements, which we'll look at in a little bit more detail, okay, later on. All right, guys, so now let's look at a far side leg entry, okay? And we'll talk about a couple of situations how we might end up entering into that far side leg. Okay, we'll put it into a context. But first, let's look at the actual basic technique, okay? So we come out, and from this position, we manage to go in, and this time we're going to go into a scoop grip on my training partner's far leg. Now, as we talked about a little bit in the grip fighting portion, when we go into this scoop grip, I don't want to offer my training partner the ability to come forward and control my head, okay? So as I'm removing this hand to reach into the leg, I'm also gonna go in, I'm gonna place that cross lat like we saw in that previous technique. Anytime that I'm trying to get underneath my partner, cross lat's gonna be a very useful tool for you. So we're gonna go cross lat, scoop grip, and bringing our head in nice and tight. Once I get into this position here, I have a knee shield. Okay, it could be down by the hip or up by the shoulder. My intention is going to be to come up off of my hips